out, Hardy 97% out, Manatee 82% out, Pinellas 68% out, and Sarasota 75% out. Of course, there are 50,000 plus linemen that have been pre-staged. A lot of what they'll do this morning is likely assess the damage and then begin restoration operations very quickly. And we appreciate everybody that's in that fight, because that's very important for a lot of people. Cut and toss have begun at first light by the Florida Department of Transportation. 328 crews are active in the field with over 350 pieces of heavy equipment and trucks. 150 bridge inspectors were dispatched at first light and have begun performing inspections to open bridges across the impact areas. As I put in my executive order, residents have a right to be back into their homes as soon as the roadways are deemed safe. In Tampa, the Gandy Bridge and Howard Franklin Bridge have been inspected, cleared, and are open, and inspections of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge are underway. There is debris on the Sunshine Skyway as well as the Courtney Campbell, but once that debris is clear, we anticipate those bridges opening later this morning. Other bridges are being opened as soon as the state inspections are completed. The Tampa Airport is repairing minimal damage and should be open no later than tomorrow. Seaports are awaiting Coast Guard channel surveys to reopen waterside, but as of now, our initial assessments is they will likely be able to resume operations very quickly. We still have a lot of school closures for today. I think Floridians should just keep in contact with their local officials about what that's going to be. I would imagine a lot of the schools that were not necessarily in the direct path of the storm will be open tomorrow. It may take a few more days for some of the places that were harder hit. Now, as you survey damage and clean up, please be cautious of hazards. We have post-storm fatalities almost every storm, and a lot of these fatalities are avoidable. So please be cautious of downed power lines. Don't touch them. Don't remove tree debris that may be entangled with downed power lines. Standing water can conceal downed power lines and other hazards, so please be mindful and never walk through storm waters. Standing storm waters can also carry a bacteria that can lead to fatal infections. This type of infection was responsible for a fatality following Hurricane Helene, so please avoid wading through standing water. Please use proper ladder safety. Please use proper generator safety. Do not operate the generator inside your home. It must be outside, a safe distance from doors and windows. Visit Florida's emergency accommodation modules on Expedia and Priceline will remain available for those who are returning to their homes which were evacuated during the storm and sustained damage or in need of other type of shelter. So these models will continue to provide real-time hotel availability and lodging resources, making the experience easier for users. If traffic lights are out in your area, please drive with caution and treat each light as you would a four-way stop. And also remember, if you're going to use a chainsaw, be very careful with that. We have mishaps on that after every storm. We are extending the Hope Florida line for another 2 weeks at 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if you need assistance or resources post-storm, you can call 1-833-GET-HOPE, 1-833-GET-HOPE. Hope Florida's disaster arm, Activate Hope, is a program designed to help people find help following a disaster such as a hurricane. So you can call the Hope line. You can also visit the Hope bus, which will be in some of these areas very soon, and there'll be announcements about that. Florida Commerce and the State Emergency Response Team activated the Business Damage Assessment Survey in response to Hurricane Milton. Business owners can self-report physical and economic damage caused by the storm. Businesses can complete the survey online at floridadisaster.biz, floridadisaster.biz. Florida Commerce has also activated the Small Business Emergency Bridge Loan Program. We have $50 million available to Florida small businesses, and it's a zero interest loan, very flexible repayment options. You can apply for loans of up to $50,000 through the program. Loans of up to $100,000 are available for agriculture and aquaculture small businesses, and loans of $150,000 are available for citrus and cattle operations. Again, these are short-term zero-interest loan. You get the cash in your hand. The repayment terms are very flexible. You can apply at www.floridajobs.org/EBL. floridajobs.org/EBL. We've also activated the Florida Disaster Fund for those who want to make tax-deductible charitable contributions that will be used to be able to help Floridians who are in need. And you can go to floridadisasterfund.org, floridadisasterfund.org, if you have any questions. We're going to continue to support all remaining rescue missions that are underway and that may be needed in the near future. We'll also continue to assess the damage that was done from the storm. We also anticipate that because of the amount of water, you may see flooding happen not just now, but in the subsequent days. But I think everybody responded very quickly. I'm proud of everybody's hard work. We got more work to do, but we will absolutely get through this. Okay, Kevin Guthrie.
Good morning, everyone. Governor, thank you for your leadership time and time again. I know you and the State Emergency Response Team will lead the charge as we respond to and recover from this storm. Hurricane Milton officially made landfall. As you heard the governor say, the impacts from the storm are still being felt across north and east central Florida, even right now as that last banding train of rain starts to move offshore. Please, especially if you're in the areas, if you're in those areas of northeast Florida, the east race coast, space coast, please make sure you're sheltering in place until officials determine it is safe for you to leave. In the first 72 hours after a storm, there is a parallel effort to search, secure, and stabilize the area. As search and rescue missions continue in response to Milton, please do not go out and visit the impacted areas. You will be inhibiting first responders by doing so. Right now, we need those roadways clear for electrical crews, fire crews, EMS crews, urban search and rescue crews. We have 20-something urban search and rescue teams that will move into the area and do a door-by-door search. Even though, as you heard the governor say, this was not the worst-case scenario, we still had damage. And we're going to need to get out there and go door-to-door and make sure that everyone is okay. So please stay off the road. Listen to your local authorities for updates on when it is safe to go outside and when it is safe for you to return to your homes. I know a lot of people evacuated, and we appreciate that. Do not be in a hurry. Check in with your local emergency management agency, your local sheriff's offices, to see if they are posting anything on if it's safe to return home. Please make sure you do that. Again, as the governor said, we're going to open up roads and bridges so that you can do so, but there may be extenuating circumstances at the neighborhood level. So please make sure you're checking before you come back home. Major flooding continues along the Hillsborough, St. Johns, and Little Wekiva rivers. I want to take just a moment and just talk about there is going to be another phase to this particular incident, and that is very similar to Hurricane Ian. We have a lot of rain that has fallen over the central portion of Florida. The St. Johns River basin that comes down into Seminole County, Brevard, portions of Brevard, portions of Volusia County, and on up the St. Johns River. Those headwaters have experienced a lot of rainfall. That river takes about 45 days to completely flush itself out to the Atlantic Ocean. So what we're going to be seeing first is impacts down in the Seminole County and surrounding county area, and then you'll see that move up into Palaca, Weelaca, and then on up into St. Johns, Flagler, Clay, Duval counties. So that's going to be a long-term effort when it comes to making sure that people are monitoring the situation on the St. Johns River, as well as the ones that I mentioned, the Hillsborough and the Little Wekiva. Some roadways are flooded, which is not a safe situation for anyone. Please do not attempt to walk or drive through floodwaters. Accidents due to floodwaters are 100% preventable. All you got to do is turn around. If you're sheltered in place or when you return to your home and you're looking at the damages around your home right now, do one thing for us. Take out your phone, take some pictures. Inside and outside. All four sides of the house, every room inside the house. What are things that you should be documenting? Make sure you're documenting just the physical damages, but then also, since this was a flooding event, we want to make sure that you capture those what we call high water marks on your home. Do that inside and outside. For a point of reference, when you're on the outside of the home, make sure you get like the doorknob of the outdoor house That'll give us a reference, a point of reference on how high that water got. If you're on the inside, make sure you have like an electrical socket or a light switch or again a door handle on the inside of your home in the picture so that we can get some type of reference as to how high that water is coming. If you're beginning the cleanup process, please ensure you're wearing the appropriate safety gear. Do not attempt to clean up hazardous debris or down power lines, as the governor has said. Report all of that to your local authorities. Do not cut any lines. Again, we do not need Florida man and Florida woman out there cutting random lines as they go. You don't know what is a cable line, you don't know what is an electrical line, and probably more importantly these days is you don't know what is a fiber optic line. Most of our 911 lines run across fiber optic. We do not want anybody cutting lines. Let the professionals come in here and identify what it is before it's cut. Remember, again, some roads are still dangerous due to flooding, debris, and potential downlines. Do not risk it. Let our crews get out there and get everything back up and running. For assistance after the storm, call State Assistance Information Line. Again, that's information only, 1-800-342-3557. Help is available in English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. FloridaDisaster.org/updates for information on the
Commission Director Roger Young, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, Florida State Guard Director Mark Theme, and Major General John Haas from the Florida National Guard. Around 8:30 last night, Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key in Sarasota County. It moved quickly across central Florida overnight, producing significant flooding and damaging winds near its path. The storm did bring much destruction and damage. Tornadoes ravaged parts of the east coast of the state. Flooding occurred on the west and east coast, and strong winds lashed the state, especially in Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, and Sarasota counties. Over the last 24 hours, heavy rainfall totals upwards of 10 to 15 inches has been observed across much of the Tampa Bay area, Nature Coast, and spreading eastward along north of I-4 corridor towards Sanford. Isolated pockets of up to 18 inches of rainfall were observed in Pinellas and coastal Hillsborough counties. 5 to 10 inches of rainfall has been observed further northward towards Gainesville, along eastern portions of the I-4 corridor, and south of the western I-4 corridor towards Sarasota. Several rivers reached major flood stage, and major flooding continues along portions of the Hillsborough River, St. Johns River, and Little Wekiva River. Water levels are forecast to continue rising along northeast and west central Florida rivers and waterways, with many forecasts to remain within or reach moderate to flood stage over the next day or so. We had over 80,000 people that were into shelters overnight as the storm hit the state. We will better understand the extent of the damage as the day progresses. And you have people that are out there assessing damage right now. First responders have been working all through the night to help people who were in distress, and what we can say is the storm was significant, but thankfully this was not the worst case scenario. The storm did weaken before landfall, and the storm surge, as initially reported, has not been as significant overall as what was observed for Hurricane Helene. Right now, it looks like Sarasota County had the most significant storm surge, likely somewhere between 8 to 10 feet. And remember, with Helene, we had 15 to 20 feet up in Taylor County. Rescue missions have been underway throughout the night. State search and rescue teams report at least 48 individuals have been rescued as of 0630. National Guard search and rescue teams have worked overnight and successfully executed rescues of families and pets on the West Coast and from the destruction of the tornadoes in the central and eastern parts of Florida. The Guard continues to work into the morning and have 31 rescue aircraft operational and hundreds of rescuers engaged in over 125 active missions in 26 different counties. Over 6,500 soldiers are deployed throughout the state. Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission has made land and water rescues in Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco County. The State Guard has also been engaged in search and rescue, assisting with floodwater evacuations as well as damage assessments. There are currently 3.1 million accounts without power. There have been 635,000 restorations since Hurricane Milton hit Florida. The areas that have the most significant outages as of this morning are Hillsborough, 75% out, Hardy, 97% out, Manatee, 82% out, Pinellas, 68% out, and Sarasota, 75% out. Of course, there are 50,000 plus linemen that have been pre-staged. A lot of what they'll do this morning is likely assess the damage and then begin restoration operations very quickly. And we appreciate everybody that's in that fight because that's very important for a lot of people. Cut and toss have begun at first light by the Florida Department of Transportation. 328 crews are active in the field with over 350 pieces of heavy equipment and trucks. 150 bridge inspectors were dispatched at first light and have begun performing inspections to open bridges across the impact areas. As I put in my executive order, residents have a right to be back into their homes as soon as the roadways are deemed safe. In Tampa, the Gandy Bridge and Howard Franklin Bridge have been inspected, cleared, and are open, and inspections of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge are underway. There is debris on the Sunshine Skyway as well as the Courtney Campbell, but once that debris is clear, we anticipate those bridges opening later this morning. Other bridges are being opened as soon as the state inspections are completed. The Tampa Airport is repairing minimal damage and should be open no later than tomorrow. Seaports are awaiting Coast Guard channel surveys to reopen waterside, but as of now, our initial assessments is they will likely be able to resume operations very quickly. We still have a lot of school closures for today. I think Floridians should just keep in contact with their local officials about what that's going to be. I would imagine a lot of the schools that were not necessarily in the direct path of the storm will be open tomorrow. It may take a few more days for some of the places that were harder hit. Now, as you survey damage and clean up, please be cautious of hazards. We have post-storm fatalities almost every storm, and a lot of these fatalities are avoidable. So please be cautious of downed power lines. Don't touch them. Don't remove tree debris that may be entangled with downed power lines. Standing water can conceal downed power lines and other hazards, so please be mindful and never walk through storm waters. Standing storm waters can also carry a bacteria that can lead to fatal infections. This type of infection was responsible for a fatality following Hurricane Helene, so please avoid wading through standing water. Please use proper ladder safety. Please use proper generator safety. Do not operate the generator inside your home. It must be outside, a safe distance from doors and windows. Visit Florida's emergency accommodation modules on Expedia and Priceline will remain available for those who are returning to their homes which were evacuated during the storm and sustained damage or in need of other type of shelter. So these models will continue to provide real-time hotel availability and lodging resources, making the experience easier for users. If traffic lights are out in your area, please drive with caution and treat each light as you would a four-way stop. And also remember, if you're going to use a chainsaw, be very careful with that. We have mishaps on that after every storm. We are extending the Hope, Florida line for another 2 weeks at 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if you need assistance or resources post-storm, you can call 1-833 Commission Director Roger Young, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, Florida State Guard Director Mark Theme, and Major General John Haas from the Florida National Guard. Around 8:30 last night, Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key in Sarasota County. It moved quickly across central Florida overnight, producing significant flooding and damaging winds near its path. The storm did bring much destruction and damage. Tornadoes ravaged parts of the east coast of the state. Flooding occurred on the west and east coast, and strong winds lashed the state, especially in Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, and Sarasota counties. Over the last 24 hours, heavy rainfall totals upwards of 10 to 15 inches has been observed across much of the Tampa Bay area, Nature Coast, and spreading eastward along north of I-4 corridor towards Sanford.
The live shot is working, by the way.
One of y'all happen to have an iPhone charging cable with you?
She has one back. Do you have one in your car?
In my car, not on my...
I did, but it's possible I took it out yesterday.
And Jeremy, what is your last name?
Roberts, Roberts. First name is Jeremy, Jeremi.
And are you with Nest Nassau County Fire Rescue?
So,
or just have a t-shirt?
so yes.
Okay.
But my mission here. I'm the public information officer with the Florida Region 3 State Emergency Response Team.
That in normal times you're with.
Correct. And the team is 13 individuals made up of law enforcement and fire rescue agencies from all around Northeast Florida.
Go for Steve. Sierra, flight 10. Stand by. Should be in the back of that UTV that's in front of the generator for the police station. Oh yeah.
Ready for the next stop. Yep. That was good. Some good action.
Yeah.
No, this is all public works. City of Bradenton Beach Public Works. Yeah.
Wait, this house was here?
No.
That's a different house.
Yellow house was right here. The house on the street on the ground was right here.
Oh man.
I literally walked under that house 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
We'll say this, at least it's nice outside.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the first cold front of the year.
yeah.
There's a hurricane
Yeah.
across the state. It's pretty decent weather to work outside.
Yeah. Should we shoot that other house? Or yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And like obviously this fridge is mattresses.
Yeah, lighting's a little funky, but it's okay. So he said that's probably the most significant new damage.
Of these, yeah. And he said that was the most significant down.
There's a good stop
That,
sign.
that sign fell, that wasn't down.
That's good.
I don't know if I don't think any houses are flooded. It's
Okay, nah, it's okay. Thanks. Fine. No, just that one that I was there.
here?
No, I think he's going to take us to the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just right there, just before you stand and that's the lane. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, did you say we're walking in the corner? I'm gonna walk over.
worry that it's not full of sand like last time. Really.
Okay. That's very local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
always,
mean that's not your worry.
I'm more
but-
interested. Yeah, I mean, we'll let him talk about that stuff, but we need him to talk about just overall, like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
well, this is not as bad.
Yeah.
People are breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
I think that kind of does look
Yeah,
kind of
waiting
what he
through
wants to do,
floodwaters to
reassure.
get it.
Yeah.
That house that fell down, he said that was wind. They believe. He thinks there was almost no storm.
Oh, wow. Speaking of wind.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shoot.
What
towards
about
this.
like
I mean, if I shoot this way, it's not too bad. That way.
So you can shoot either way. You can put it where you want it.
No, this way.
Okay.
Will it be audible for sound?
I have to have a little mic.
Oh, like you said that trailer park by the end there, at the end of Bridge Street, a bunch of things got sheared off the end, so I want to check that out.
Hold on 1 second and got a little bit of wind here, but we'll make do.
Yeah, and actually, I kind of want to shoot this right because I just want to explain a little bit. When you look in between these posts there used to be a sand dune. That was all filled with sand. It was about that high. And that was the sand that got pushed all on the road during the last one. And that's what you see coming piled up over here. And then we have a Army Corps of Engineer beach, and that beach is gone. So where that water is the dune system. We had no storm surge
Think you'll be able to hear
because this would be underwater. That water being where we had.
I'll make it work. I need her to use our writers and that.
So it did not.
I need you
The
to.
eye going south of us.
Since this is really windy, I think I could have you hold this by your chest, just so to block the wind a little bit. Just right by.
Wait a minute, now I gotta work for you? You know how many jobs I have?
I know. It'd be quick and
Asking you
painless.
to multitask.
Well, you can continue looking at her as you talk. No, first, before we get started, can I have you say your name and so we have it on tape?
John Cosby,
And what's your title?
Chief of Police, Brady Beach.
Excellent. Go ahead.
And so, what did you see this morning in Bradenton Beach? What's the initial?
So then we came out this morning. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of wind damage. Roofs have been compromised. We've had some structures that were compromised. They blew off the stilts. The trailer park, Pines Trailer Park, the trailers that face the intercoastal, the face of the trailers are all blown off, so they're exposed. But the good thing was we did not get the storm surge that we were told could potentially come. When we got out here, as you can see, it's dry. So that was the big thing. So we did not have a water event. This truly was a wind event.
Yeah. And as far as comparing the damage to Elaine, how does it shape up?
I think Elaine is still going to be worse because the amount of water that went into the at-grade homes and the height that it was able to in the trailer parks. I mean, the wind is devastating too, but it definitely, I believe it's going to be worse from the water.
Yeah. And what did you, I mean, how did it feel to come and like, God, there's no water? Like, you know, just the
Yeah,
sense of relief. What was that?
I came across the bridge this morning at 4:30 and started driving around, and I was very happy because in 9-15 feet of storm surge, on top of the 22-foot waves that were there, my police department sits quite a ways back. It would have been underwater. Between the wave action and the height of the storm surge, that building would have been submerged. So it's nice to have a place to come back to.
And as far as any rescue efforts, health and safety, was anybody here?
We haven't had any. I'm going to say very close to 100% of our population evacuated. Elena definitely scared them. We've never had an event like this, a Cat 3 hurricane, so this was new to them. And they did heed the warning and they left. I would say as soon as the evacuation was ordered issued, at least 90% were gone. And that order was issued Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So they left that quick.
And how did that compare to Helene? Did more people
We had
stay?
quite a few stayed. Again, we've ridden this out before. We'll be okay. And that's how it happened.
Can I chime in real quick? question, but you can look at her when you answer. I guess just after all the build-up and people were like, this could have been the worst thing ever, but we're seeing, I know you're focused on your community, but we're seeing communities that seem like, I mean, a lot of trees down, a lot of rooftops damaged, but nothing that can't be repaired. I guess, is this a sigh of relief? How would you describe?
No, it is a sigh of relief. Again, so far, knock on wood, we've had no injuries and no deaths in our city. So yeah, that is a great relief. This is a very tight-knit, small community. Almost everybody knows everybody, so any tragedy that could have happened from that, the whole community would have felt it. So we were very fortunate in doing that. And then I'm going to skip to something else because I want to make sure I get this out. I want the residents and the business owners to know that since we don't have the sand that we had, Braden Beach Public Works is actively clearing the secondary roads. DOT is actively going to be clearing State Route 789 of any obstacles, and we're going to get the residents and the business owners back much quicker than we did last time. It took us a week, and I would like this to be just a couple of days.
And as far as the overall recovery after these back-to-back storms, we're grateful it's not worse for this one. But what is the timeline look for this community coming back? People being able to live in their homes?
I have to say that, well, obviously we got to get the power back up, and the water and sewer is still off. So once we establish all that, then they can obviously feel more comfortable living in their home if it's safe. I think that the build back project for Braden Beach is going to be done in phases. Obviously, residents will come back and start. Some of our businesses were not damaged at all, so if they can get up and running, we're going to facilitate in any way, shape, or form we can to get them up and running, so that we can get back to normal.
But by and large, does it sound like people are going to come back? They're
Yes.
going to be living here?
Yeah, phone does not stop ringing. They want to come back.
And as far as getting power restored, sewer, and drinking water, do you have a guess of how long?
No, we haven't been told that yet. We're working. I was fortunate to get a very good EOC strike team, and they're my connection to the EOC. So that was one of the first questions we've asked this morning is when do we think those utilities will be back?
Well, thank you.
I think we're good. Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm good. Yeah.
You live here?
I live off of University. We're on the second floor. And the building we're living in is
we have to get an escort?
Let's ask him.
Okay. who's on the Trop thing? I knew that was going to be a big thing. Not everyone's asking for sports. You know which? For anybody.
Think Julio?
No, I think Julio was the one that was saying he was effort.
Oh, okay. Did he respond? I mean, maybe you get, because like, it sounds like Joe is still working on that embed. Hey, Julio. How's it going? Did you manage to get to the Tropicana? Okay, cool. Yeah, just checking in. I know I'm here with David, and he's pretty concerned about.
How far is it away?
Thanks, bye. Okay. So Julio, so I talked to Julio. He's still trying to get to Tropicana. He hasn't made it yet. They wouldn't let him through bridges. He had to go all the way around north.
But that's who's on it. I thought,
Yes, but he-
Mike somebody.
Stewart?
Yeah, he said
Oh,
something
Carol.
about it.
Or no, Carlson, the freelancer. Anyway, so he was like, oh, if Hayden wants to try to get here, that could be great.
Well, I mean,
it-
not there now. I mean,
No,
yeah.
but he's not made it there yet. Let me see what the
It just seems like the number one thing that.
Well, yeah, but let me check because we have two cars, so we could split up if we need to, and you could go back there because like we're not really worried about having to ford water or any of the things, the power lines like we were worried about.
Really possible.
We really don't need like to care.
Well, what do you want to do?
I'm along the river right, yeah, like
Let me check how long it's been. The Skyway Bridge is
know,
open,
like how-
so you don't have to go back around. You can go up the Skyway.
Like words for that, you know what I mean? More like a visual. So I don't know. Break away or not. I mean, if somebody's already kind of on it, I'm fine with that. They know somebody's on it.
Right.
And this is coming actually not even from the news department. This is from the sports department.
Oh, really?
They're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they I said, somebody's on it, it's not me. I said, oh, okay.
Right.
It's
Well,
not like we have to break away.
yeah, this is ridiculous because that is definitely not accurate. But it's showing like all the way down and up and around, but that's not actually true because I mean, they said the Skyway Bridge had reopened, so this is just not up to date. I would like to at least finish up the trailer park and stuff
Yeah,
here.
I'm fine with that.
And then send.
Yeah, I mean, it's no hurry. And we'll see
but-
where things stand after we're
Yeah,
done with that.
but since it
we
sounds
took
like
us
there's-
a long time to get here, we might as well
No, and it's
kill the hell out of it.
yeah.
and it seems like there's just no place with major damage. Like I looked for Port St. Lucie because I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
That's
what I thought.
Sarasota are going across the country.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like north of West
So
Palm.
like they must have been like, there's not really saw this swaying. I was like, now that would be very unfortunate if that fell right on that.
Trailer parks usually.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah,
said the
it's
fronts
pretty
were
hard.
sheared off, some of them. Oh, it might be worth me popping up the drone out from the trailer park, depending what it looks like. I know it's really windy. I don't know. I would maybe take it quite low.
Could be blown away.
No, it could definitely go, but we'll see. Maybe that's time. Yeah.
I feel like being real people, I probably got the one official. I give a little bit of a bigger picture time. That's what I
I mean, when we go back across the bridge, you might be able to run into somebody from Virginia Beach who came over to check.
Yeah, you know what, and that would be cool, but at this point, like, maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, since we drove, and if we drive by it again, the trailer
Yeah,
park
Palmetto,
across
yeah.
this in Palmetto.
Totally. No, if we don't need to go to Tropicana,
I don't
I'm
need
happy
to
to
get,
go there
like,
after
it doesn't have
here.
to be Bradenton residents,
Right.
it could be any resident.
Okay, yeah, cool.
You know, anywhere.
No, I'm on board with that. I was just giving you the option first if
Yeah,
you wanted
no.
to try to rush to Tropicana.
No, I mean, like I said, there's so many chefs involved. There's multiple people trying to get that done. They just called me. This guy knows.
Like, so
you a resident by chance?
No, I'm the building official.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thanks.
I made a lashed.
Oh.
That's dangerous sometimes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's wet. The house back there where the wall is blown out, but the keys are still hanging on the front side of the door.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty interesting.
Somebody ran off with his buggy. That's
I got my buggy.
Does it have your name?
Yeah, it does.
I got mine too. So.
Oh no.
Actually, I think Brian brought it back up. That's the guy that was up in Asheville.
Really?
Yeah.
So I know you're focused on here, but have you heard about like where the worst damage is? Western Florida.
There've been, like I said, and I'm not saying this like to be rude. Like nothing has been reported to me directly. There, what?
Go ahead.
That was what?
That was like completely devastating.
Yeah, I've not heard anything specifically other than like I know that downtown St. Pete took a pretty good hit. Even maybe Wolf Beach and Anna Maria, the town of Anna Maria, which is further north on the island.
Seems like Clearwater, I heard there was some second floor rescues. So,
I have no idea.
I heard that on the radio.
Hey, buddy. I need Joe and Jim to come back with my buggy. I did. I know. I told him. I spoke to him.
all your stuff still here.
Haven't made it that far.
Anybody out there?
What do you need?
Trying to get an account for the buggies on the island.
Jeremy, I've got one.
All right, cool. Well, I got 2 pictures of the yellow house sent quickly.
Cool. Feeding the beast.
Water vacuum for the police station is fantastic. Like that's literally like 3 days before landfall, they finally got it all dried out and all the mold. No, they're still there. They're down in the corner. Finally got the mold, and it wasn't sleeping. It's like, oh, we're gonna get another hurricane filling full of water.
Super snacks. Old school video game. Oh, a bunch of them. It's a whole arcade. Must have been a business.
Yeah, so I mean, that's good. I mean, like I said, a lot of the debris still in the same spot.
Oh, yeah, that family who I sent the pictures of their house to, they were so happy. Their family built that house in 2 years. Wow.
Were y'all trying to get up into a certain spot?
Well, he said that there were, at the front, there were fronts sheared off or something.
Siding off or something.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I do not know. But we'll go take a look. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
This was not Helene.
Yeah, jump out and get some of this.
Yeah.
And by the waterfront, too.
Okay. Like I said, yeah, that's right here for you.
Okay, great. So that's new, you said.
Yeah, I believe it is. Yes. I do not remember seeing it. Y'all get the actual- N18 should be sitting over there, and Steve, and then Tim's waiting at the corner of Brian.
So the one at the corner is let's go, Brian. I'm going to take one of them in his truck because he's got a clear room.
That's correct. It should be channel 10. They're towards the water side from the command center.
Hey, Steven, there, sitting on a curb right behind the generator, behind that camera he's doing.
Ooh, this is pretty big. Do you know where?
He's the biggest property owner here, and he owns this trailer park. But he didn't seem interested in talking on film. He did say he was happy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks for asking.
he owns the